We survive on PayPal, so if you'd like a show that gives the unvarnished truth, please press it. Amanda Galbraith is a principal with Navigator. She joins me right now because I want to know about the Wendy Mesley story. Wendy Mesley, for those who don't know, I mean, she's been with CBC for almost 40 years, smart, intelligent, dedicated, knows the business. She admittedly used the N-word, and not as a slur, but she was quoting something in a meeting about a story. Someone took offense, even though it was not. It was a quote from a title. And a year later, she's gone. And she wrote an article saying that the CBC management let her down. You read the article. What do you say? What's going on in the CBC?
I mean, I'm not in CBC, so I can't tell you what's going on in there. We're here today for a reason, right? I think Wendy Mesley painted a very compelling picture of the fact that she was there for 40 plus years, has an incredible legacy as a journalist, as a woman who advanced the cause of female journalism in a time when she was first in the room and in many places. Yeah. And for her, I think
she was treated like dirt.
She was. She admitted the fact that she shouldn't have said the N-word, and I think we'd all say you should never use that word. As a white person in particular, you should not be using that word.
Even if you're quoting.
No, there's. But she admitted that, she apologized for that. But I think, frankly, organizations, governments, people up period are so afraid of acknowledging the fact that people make mistakes, that they make errors, that they say, frankly, shitty things or terrible things or racist things. And rather than reconciliation, figure out how to work together, how to move forward, it's just you're gone. And I think that's the problem.
Is she a scapegoat, though, for the CBC management? Do they want to show their politicians, Justin Trudeau, that they are so woke that they will even sacrifice their own for political correctness?
I think a lot of organizations, it's easier to have a sacrifice or to say, you know, that person's fired, they're out the door, we're moving on.
And we're so good, and we're getting rid of them.
Exactly, as opposed to having a conversation around, this happened, it was problematic, this is how we're fixing it, and this is how we as a group, as an organization, should move forward. And those are the conversations we should be having, because otherwise people are just going to get fired and just going to get canceled. And I don't think it does anything in the service of like anti-Black racism, in the service of anti-Indigenous racism. I think we should have these conversations as opposed to just being so scared that people are just canned.
So what about the question of accountability? The CBC sucks up an awful lot of taxpayer money in this country. And a number of bureaucrats tagged her along. She went to classes and she got sensitivity and she apologized. She knew that right away. But that was a year ago, and now she's gone. Like she's gone. What about the people who got rid of her? Should they not be held accountable, do you think?
Well, I certainly think she's started that process with that Globe and Mail op-ed. I mean, she basically laid it all out there very clearly. We're talking about it today. I'm guessing there's going to be more conversation, which is important. She's someone who's led opinion, that's led news, and if she feels she was wrong, which she obviously does, I think she has lots of ample opportunity in the court of public opinion to hold them accountable.
And maybe a parliamentary committee would have the CBC president come up and say, what happened here?
Listen, there's a reason I've never run for elected office. I want nowhere near those committees, but sure, they can have another one of those to see what happens.
Amanda Galbraith, smart stuff. 3 minutes. Our Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, recently stood up in the House of Commons and prefaced his remarks by saying, and we will only work from the facts, quote, unquote, and then proceeded to lie by saying Britain was in a horrible, horrible third wave, trying to show, in fact, that Canada was not the worst in the world. Britain, though, had vaccines. Canada did not. And this was not reported in the mainstream Canadian media, the media paid for by Justin Trudeau. All of which, I'm telling you, is that it's important to have this 3-minute interview. Please subscribe, ask your friends to subscribe, and press that PayPal thing so we can continue on to bring you the news you otherwise might not know.